enough with this hating each other, man.
Yeah.
We're not going to have a country where you can be liberal or you can be a Christian. Where that country's going away if we don't get together and fix it. People are fed up, and that's scary. War here is scary.
I've been hearing a lot about spiritual warfare.
Maybe so. Good versus evil. Are we there?
Knowing what you know now about politics and the uniparty and how many of these people are bought and paid for, what do you think the answer is?
There's no doubt in my mind that if half the American people would rally, we can change things. Not even half. You know what? Screw it. I'll call it at 12 to 15% of the American citizens rallied. And I don't care if you're left, right, because it doesn't matter anymore. Right?
Yeah.
We are literally fighting for the survival of the place to be left or right. And I remember when socialists, or not socialists, slightly left-leaning people weren't people I hated, weren't people I had to hate, right? Nowadays, if I disagree with you on, would you rather wear, I don't know, tennis shoes or boots? Well, now we got to hate each other.
Yeah.
Because I decided to wear boots today instead of tennis shoes, so I got to hate you now. And they've done this, man. It's theatrics. It's bullshit. It's smoke and mirrors, man. I don't have to hate people that I disagree with. I don't hate anybody. I mean, I got a couple of people I'd like an opportunity to hang out with in an alley for a few minutes, but I don't hate them. I don't have hate in my heart, dude. I don't know that I ever have. I mean, I've had times where like I said, I wanted to get back to Iraq and settle some scores, but enough with this hating each other, man.
Yeah.
We're not going to have a country where you can be liberal or you can be a Christian. Where that country's going away if we don't get together and fix it and take that power back from these bought and paid for so-called representatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now, if that doesn't happen, there's no doubt that our trajectory is taking us, because sooner or later, conservatives are going to get fed up. They keep pressing people's kids, right? Like, why did they stop with the COVID stuff? Because people had enough. People were starting to revolt against the whole mandates and their children and the school boards and all that. People were starting to lose their shit. They were tired of it.
Yeah.
So they backed off. Now they're like, oh, we didn't mandate anything. What? We're just forgiving them, right? When was the last time you heard about any of our Republican representatives doing anything to punish all the people that put this complete lie of the pandemic and the complete lie of the vaccine? No one. There is no one going to be held accountable for that stuff unless the American people do it, and we're not going to.
No one's ever held accountable in government, ever.
Until, revolution happens. And I don't want that, dude. My niece, she's a beautiful young lady. She doesn't know what it's like not to have Wi-Fi, bro.
Yeah.
Right? She's spending her entire life, right? By the time she was flying, there was Wi-Fi on airplanes, right? And I don't want that young lady who has never missed a meal, who has lived a nice life because my older sister's done well for herself. I do not want my niece to know what war looks like. War in America, dude, when white people start killing white people, it's ugly. Right? Look throughout world history, man. And I say that because let's face it, it's not a racist thing. But when the country comes to tips, it's going to be mostly a country against a bunch of rich white dudes. People are fed up, and that's scary. War here is scary. I like air conditioning. As much as I like being outside, when I'm inside, I like to be comfortable. I like hot water. I like the Wi-Fi. I like cell service. And all that stuff's the first thing that goes away when this country collapses. And we have enemies other than ourselves, man. Because we're too stupid to make allies out of Russia and China. We want to fight them.
Well, we kind of went over this at the beginning, Maybe we're not the good guys we thought we were.
I think we are. And I think there's probably 2 dudes somewhere in Russia and probably 2 dudes somewhere in China that are good guys too. And they're probably also tired of the bullshit that their governments are doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think people in general are necessarily evil. But when they get together and you get money involved and the government involved, because the government makes larceny legal.
Do you think this is beyond politics? Do you think any of this goes into... I've been hearing a lot about spiritual warfare.
Maybe so. Good versus evil. Are we there? At some levels, certainly. Certainly at some levels. I mean, we are... I remember, right? Like, I remember my aunts and my grandma and all them, like, freaking out over a Motley Crue and Poison and, you know, the 80s rock bands, and they had crazy hair. You know, they're dressing up like girls. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Motley Crue wasn't gay. Like, them dudes were... They might have had some teasing in their hair and stuff, but those rock bands, you know, they were probably mostly heterosexual, mostly. They might have done some other crazy shit. But remember in the 80s, man, and then gangster rap happened. And, oh, my God, this is horrible. It's Satan. You know, I think that was just the beginning of it. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, Motley Crue and those dudes were evil or anything, but that was the perception of, you know, the generation ahead of us. That, oh, my God, you know, Alice Cooper. I mean, these people are evil, right? And clearly now Alice is a Christian or whatever. But that stuff that was happening in the 80s, that was people having a good time because the economy was just crushing it. What's happening now?
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.